What? If they're gonna do a Halloween special when there's another Saturday before Halloween, I get to dress up in my costume. Okay? There. Hey guys, Tucson21 here, and I'm talking about the Power Rangers Megaforce Halloween special episode Raising Spirits. Although it's not like a normal Halloween episode, in that it's only half a clip show, and there's actually sort of plot reasons for the clips. I mean, like others try to explain it by monsters remembering how they died or other stuff, like with that and all that. But yeah, this is only half clip show, and strangely enough, it does not begin with the regular narration that you get. Which, even as it was, the episode was really cutting it short. Like, Final Megazord battle took all of like 30 seconds or something. Eh, eh. Anyways, I don't care. So yeah, I like this a lot better than Samurai's Halloween special. I don't know if I like it more than the some other Halloween episodes, but it's probably up there because this was actually a really good episode, especially once it got past all the clip show parts. But even the clip show part was good because okay, so this plot starts out. The Rangers are all dressed up in costumes, except for technically Emma, because Emma's cooking, so she's a chef. Of course, the Pink Ranger's a chef. Something seems awfully suspicious about that. Anyways, and then let's see. Gia is a white witch or something. She's wearing like a witch's hat, but it's like all white and her costume's all white. Troy is a cowboy. Why is Troy a cowboy? When has it ever been shown that Troy wants to be a cowboy? Maybe him and Jake planned something because Jake comes as a cow. Maybe Jake and Troy agreed that they'd come as cowboys, and Jake literally dressed up as a cow boy, and Troy dressed up as a cowboy. But I would have thought they got Noah into that, but I guess he didn't want to because Noah's dressed up as a scientist, like Albert Einstein, Doc Brown type stuff. And Ernie is dressed up as a pirate. I don't know why he would dress up as a pirate if he's the owner of a business, because pirates aren't usually seen as good publicity. Uh, I don't know. But anyways, Jake comes and takes all the Rangers except for Emma because she's helping Ernie make a pumpkin pie, which Jake says is the wrong holiday, but whatever. Which, I don't know. I've seen people eat pumpkin pie on Halloween and stuff, because technically pumpkins. It's more a Thanksgiving thing, sure, but yeah, it is. You do see some on Halloween around here. Anyways, and Jake takes all the other Rangers to a so-called psychic's booth or fortune teller who levitates a table and says he will look into their. I can't remember if he says that he's going to look into their futures or their past or see what they've done to tell their future or something. But it starts showing clips of the Power Rangers. Oh yeah, I should also mention that a monster, probably an alien, I'm just guessing it was an alien, knocked out the power to the mall, but it seems to be better now. Anyways, that just happened earlier. I just need to mention that because it'll make a thing make sense. At first I thought it was Robo Knight because the voice was similar to Robo Knight's, but it wasn't Robo Knight. Anyways, the psychic fortune teller person keeps seeing clips of the Power Rangers and wonders why he sees clips of the Power Rangers when it's when it's Jake, Gia, Troy, and Noah in front of him. He's supposed to be looking at their lives, but he keeps seeing the Power Rangers. Now, if I was a Power Ranger, my first instinct would be to say, I guess it doesn't work, and then leave, just in case he sees a time when you're either morphing or demorphing. Because I would not want to risk that. I wouldn't want to risk a psychic. Well, I mean, if it's a psychic who knows the identity of the Power Rangers, nobody believes them anyway, so you could let them know you're a Power Ranger, and then everyone would just think they're crazy. Okay, now I can see why they stayed. Anyways, yeah, they stay and they see more clips, and the psychic says, I can even tell that one of you has a secret crush on the other, and Jake and Gia are sitting right next to each other, and both of them immediately just look away and get on the table and sit up as like just like that. Oh, that's funny. I like that. This was a this I yeah, I don't know if it's my favorite Halloween episode of Power Rangers, but it is up there. It's a really good one. Anyways, there's more clips of the show, and and then the psychic person sees a clip where Noah and Troy demorph. And then he gets angry because it turns out he's the monster that knocked out the power at the beginning of the episode. Well, it wasn't really the beginning, it was close to the beginning, close enough. It was like before the... I don't know. Anyways, after that, the alien runs out, or monster runs out of the booth he's in, goes out the mall and goes outside to create glitches in technology. I really think these were two different episodes. They just stuck together. But who knows? Maybe in the Sentai this was the Halloween episode and it's just as disconnected from the first half to the second half as it is in this one. As much as I like it, it gets really disconnected. You can sort of see the connection, but it really is disconnected. I mean, granted, a lot of things I like are disconnected in the first half to the second half. Like, I'm actually a huge fan of Transformers 3, but if you look at the first half compared to the second half, there's not really that much connection. When you watch it, you're all like, okay, yeah, this is how it goes from there to there, and it works fine. But when you're describing it, you're just all like, so he's looking for a job, and then all of a sudden the city of Chicago is destroyed. I mean, it's a big disconnect, but it just works. Like this episode, it works, but it is a disconnect. I mean, okay, and but Emma has to finish making the pie with Ernie, so she can't go with them. And Robo Knight appears, which at first I thought this was going to be an episode that took place before they met Robo Knight, because none of the clips featured Robo Knight, and they were like all really early episodes. Like, like the He Blasted Me with Science, Stranger Ranger, like those episodes. There's probably another one, but I'm forgetting. Oh well. And they just went off, and so all the Rangers are there fighting him, but it turns out anytime they punch him, it just feels like he's tickled. Even though he hates tickling. Maybe it's because it feels like he's getting hit? I don't know. Anyways, Mia, Mia, Emma, wow. She really is just Mia in this episode. She is cooking. She's the Pink Ranger that cooks. Although she's a much better cook than Mia, apparently. Because she actually has a cookbook and is following the recipe. And it's someone else who's turning out to be the weak link in the cooking portion. It's Ernie. Because he's the only one helping her cook. Anyways, let's see. After that, The um then the Rangers fight for a little while. Emma leaves Ernie with the thing with instructions on how to cook the pie, and Emma goes to help. They fight some more. Emma appears. She gives a speech about how she had talks to the monster about how it's Halloween and stuff or something like that. And then out of nowhere, she pulls a metal bowl of flour. She didn't have it when she was running up. She runs up, it cuts to the monster, it cuts back. She has a bowl of flour. Where did she get that? It's not, I can accept the weapons coming out of nowhere because they use cards to summon it from Ghost Day or something, but this was just a bowl of flour that apparently she had. Where were you keeping that? Where? It's not like Persona 4 where you can have Yosuke carrying a whole bunch of weapons, but every time he goes to the Junes, he doesn't have them, and then when he gets into the TV world, he has them. Because I just assume that they leave the weapons near the entrance of the TV world so that they don't get arrested, like almost nearly happened when Yosuke brought real weapons to the Junes. Although how they get them in when they first purchase them from the weapons shop is a little harder. I guess when they do that, they get in as fast as possible so they don't get caught with weapons in a store. But I'm going off on a tangent about a video game that's not Power Rangers related, except for the fact that it starts with a P in the title. And you summon monsters to fight things, and Johnny Young Bosch. But besides that, nothing in common with Power Rangers. Well, technically the Zords are sort of monsters, especially when the Zords are actually alive, like Wild Force and Lost Galaxy. Maybe some others. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen a lot of seasons. Anyways, Emma, then they get into their Zords, and finally they use their weapons with the plain Zords. Like Emma uses her Zord's lasers to shoot at the monster, and then she tickles him to death, pretty much. She tickles him and then they do their victory charge, but she tickles him to death. And apparently his weak point was his crotch or something, because like that's where all the sparks are coming from. And she said, I found his weak spot. What? Did I see that wrong? Because that's where the sparks were coming from. What did Emma do to him? And then they victory charge, destroy the monster, and then they go back to Ernie's, and Ernie has the pie, and it turns out that Emma instructed him to leave it at 350 for 30 minutes, and he left it at 650 for 3 hours. How the pie and pan are not burned to a crisp, I don't understand. But when Jake tries to cut into the pie, it explodes all over all of them. Jake, Gia, Emma, Troy, Noah, and Ernie. And then Ernie comments that it could have used more spice. How long were they gone? Because obviously it had to have the 3 hours where they cooked it, and if it exploded right as soon as coming out, they would have been burned. So it had to have sat out for quite a while to be cold, unless Ernie, as soon as he took it out, put it in the fridge. Which even then, how cold would it get within an hour if it was cooked at 650 for 3 hours? How cold would it get that, let's say 4 hours between Emma leaving and them all coming back? 4 hours about, which it didn't look like. It barely looked like they passed 3 hours, but who knows, it could have been the middle of the day. Noon to 3 doesn't really look all that much different. Or who knows, for all we know, since they were inside. Well, the outside shot did show the middle of the day, so yeah, probably the middle of the day instead of like, if they'd just shown the inside shot, he could have assumed it was the middle of the night on Halloween or something. But no. Why was the episode called Raising Spirits? Was it like a meta thing? Where it's all like, here's an episode to make you happy. Because I don't know how well that would work on everybody. It worked on me, but I don't know about everyone. Because really, nobody really raises any spirits. Jake makes a pun about spirits, and he maybe says like, "Come on, guys, this will raise your spirits. Get it, spirits," or something like that. I don't remember. It was towards the beginning of the episode, and I don't remember exact lines unless I find them so funny. Because I thought there was going to be something about bringing the dead monsters back to life or something, besides the zombats. I mean, like a third time they come back and they have to fight all of them in like a short 3-minute thing to show how powerful they got. And obviously this episode came out before Ultra Power was introduced, because the Rangers don't go to Ultra Mode. Instead they use their other laser things, which I like because Jake's is the crow, which means I can go crow because I watched that show. Well, I'm in the middle of watching it. I'm going through every single episode right now. There are some that I've from future seasons that I've already seen, but right now I'm like in the middle of season 2 because I don't get much time to watch them. Uh, hey, 21. Yeah, what do you want? Um, okay, can you please just I'm doing video. Here, video. See, it just okay. I can see you're busy. I'm just gonna go. Okay, fine. Okay, anyways, yeah, so, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about the episode. Um, let's see, anything else I want to mention? Why was this an Emma episode? She was barely in it. Did they want to make up for the fact that she didn't get to be in there by making her the focus of the main battle? Because, I mean, I get, because huh? And Robo Knight had this line about how did Emma forget about how saving the Earth is the Rangers' first priority or something? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's not brought up again because she goes to fight and saves the day. Uh, and Noah complimented Emma. I like that. I'm going to mention that every time I see a moment. And I mean actual moments between the two, not just, oh, they were standing next to each other. That does not count to me. They have to have a conversation. One of them has to compliment the other, and they have to be the first ones. They can't be second or third or even the last one to do it. Even if theirs is the most meaningful. Well, wait, if theirs is the most meaningful, then that counts as a moment. But otherwise, they have to be the first to compliment them. So, yeah. This has been DeweyFin21 saying Geronimo. Eh. Bye.